We're talking about sales tips today. We're talking about missed opportunities. There are so many around us. There is a lot of low-hanging fruit that we can be able to capture. I'm Bruce from Printavo. Thanks for joining us, Print Hustlers. If you haven't checked out Printavo, it helps you be able to organize and manage your shop. You can get a free trial at printavo.com and get going from there. Now, hopping into sales. Sales is an exciting thing because there are so many ways to do it. There are so many little niches and ways that you do it in your shop currently now, and how your personality is, how your brand of your company is, that you project to your community and to your industry. But there is also a lot of technology that is out there to be able to help you become a lot more efficient on your sales side, to be able to help convert more quotes to invoices. Because so much of the time when I was running a shop, you would just throw out quotes, you would respond back to people, and you'd move on. You'd completely forget about it. Unless, of course, it's a huge job. But for the majority of this more middle or lower end type side, you're just more tossing things back and being able to move to the next one. But just imagine you were converting 5, 10, 15 more quotes to invoices every month. Imagine what that ends up to being at the end of the year. And so I think there's a lot of small things that I want to be able to cover in this video that are going to be able to help you guys be able to take more quotes and convert them over into invoices to help generate you more sales. These are really hard technical things that you can be able to start today. Now, the biggest piece here is one that we see people just not do. Now, we built this brand new feature called quote pipelines in Printavo to help you be able to do this more. And we're building a new automation now to be able to help you automatically do this more in detail. But that is just following up on orders. Any order that's over X dollars of size, you have to create some sort of process where you follow up. Now, what exactly does that mean? Is that just mean you're saying, hey, just checking in, I want to see if you got the approval, are you guys ready to move forward? The best follow-ups are A, timely, and B, very personalized. So generally in our space, as you guys know, things move quickly. Everybody needs shirts last minute. Nobody thinks about it or plans it out very well. And so with that timely aspect of following up very soon after with a phone call, with an email, with a text message, anything to meet them, the customer, where they are, is gonna really help boost your conversion rates there. I promise you, just following up at the most timely aspect possible, depending on what they're looking for. And when you're looking at what they're specifically looking for, that's where personalization truly comes in. So instead of just saying, hey, just following up, checking in if you got the approval and if you're ready to go, if it's for a team, maybe asking them about that. Hey, I just wanted to make sure you guys get your stuff on time. Were there any questions you had so we can get moving, right? Being able to personalize that outreach and that follow-up is really, really crucial. Following up is almost in the same bucket as just general outbound sales. And so that's why it's so important, because people are just busy. You're slammed, they're slammed, everybody's not thinking about this at this time. So following up is not bugging them at all. You're not bugging them, you're reminding them to get forward and move and push on. Now, sometimes it can require more than one follow-up too. And you can create a really great process in your team to say, hey, if this job is over $1,000, we need to follow up 2 times to be able to make sure to push that forward. Now, whether you're tracking this in Printavo or Trello or anything else, you'll be able to want to help set the dollar value that you're tracking and where it is in that quote pipeline for you. And that way you can help move these jobs from quote follow-up 1 to quote follow-up 2 to quote follow-up 3 and so on, and create that repeatable cycle. If you're doing sales, it's gonna be easy, right? Because you're gonna be on it, you're gonna wanna convert more. But when you hire your first, your second, your third sales rep to continue to push this process forward for you, you have to be able to zero in and create that repetitive mouse wheel for them to be able to jump in and be able to execute for you. And so setting those rules out is gonna be very helpful to be able to help you help them create more sales and help them get paid more in commission. Now, the next sales opportunity that's missed are newsletters. Now, newsletters have a double-edged sword to them because so many shops just don't send out any newsletters at all, and some do, but they're not very personalized or customized. So the ones that don't, you'll absolutely want to be able to send something out at a minimum of monthly to your customers. Part of it is just to show that you're alive and that you're there and that you're still pumping things out and still helping your customers out. And the other is because people are just busy. Again, this goes back to that first point of you got to be in people's faces multiple times to make sure that they know that you're there. They're busy, you're busy, and so you got to be able to show your name and your brand there. And that can create a timely experience for the customer, for them to be able to respond and want to work with you again on a future project. To get started with email newsletters, just check out something like MailChimp.com. It's a free plan that you can be able to use to be able to get going and be able to sign up and roll with. Now, I say monthly because you don't want to overly bug people with different things. If you are able to segment your customers and say that these are contract customers, these are team-based customers, these are churches, these are nonprofit, whatever that is, you can really get nitty-gritty here to be able to create all of those individual segments and create more relevant content. The best tip here is create the most relevant content possible for them. Include a video, include what's going on locally, include information. You want to really start to act like your city's mayor in a way, right? Talk about things that are happening, talk about how you're helping, talk about interesting projects, talk about new products, talk about product reviews. There's so many things that you can be able to talk about to really be able to put in those email newsletters. Now, what I personally do is I set aside time in my calendar. So I have my phone here and I will put in my calendar a blocked off hour segment. It could be weekly, it could be monthly, depending on how often you want to set them up. And creating videos like this, you could do it just like in the email newsletter. And what you're going to do is you're going to block off that time and you're going to use it to set it up, create the content, and make sure that it's sent out. Send out those email newsletters anywhere between Tuesday to Thursday, and sometime in the morning around 7 a.m. or so is going to get you the best open rate. Now, the ways of measuring an effective newsletter is generally open rate and click-through. So if people are clicking on it, that is what click-through is, and it'll give you a percentage and just a general open rate percentage of how many people check on your mail. You really want to shoot for 20-30% open rate and a couple percent of your click-through rate. The third thing that I really like to do that I think a lot of us miss out on is adding value to customers without asking for anything in return. I really like to go in and be able to add more value to them before asking for anything back. And that could be sending them something helpful, an article, something relevant that I remember that they talked about. It could be a gift. It could be something small. They said they missed something from their hometown. Maybe send them a treat or something from their hometown or some food, anything like that. Trying to add value to them to create that connection. Personal connections go a long way, and not just if you accidentally mess up a job, right? You'll be able to have that personal connection to mend it, but also personal connections help customers be able to pay extra for goods. There's certain products out there that you will absolutely spend more money on all the time, and there's a reason, and it's because you have a personal connection with whatever that product or brand or service is. Think about it. Coffee, you may spend double that what you can get or make at home, right? A haircut, many different items potentially at a grocery store that you pick a higher end item. There are all these different services. Apple products is a very good example too. There's so many of these different services that you purchase at a premium, and you want to be able to create that personal connection so you can be able to do that as you continue to raise your prices regularly. All right, this one really bugs me, and that is answering the phone. You are absolutely losing sales opportunities not answering the phone consistently. During your business hours, having a nice voicemail, and you can automate the voicemail to go straight to it without ringing when you're outside of business hours as well. But just answering the phone, This is a great one you can have a virtual assistant, whether in the States or overseas, be able to help you with and at least redirect calls or take notes and have somebody else call back, right? But at least somebody just being able to answer the phone there and create that really good customer experience. Not only that, but I will promise you that it's a competitive advantage because not everybody and not even the majority will answer their phone regularly. So if you do, and you can see that, you will absolutely be ahead. The next tip here is a continuation of following up, but just tracking that quotes to invoices process. Whether you're using Printavo again or another tool out there, but just track the dollar amounts that you're either losing or winning so that you can know your percentage that you're converting from quotes to invoices. And this is an incredible KPI to set up for an annual plan. So for the year, you could tell your sales team, say, hey guys, this is what we want to be able to convert from quotes to invoices. We are seeing a lot of lost jobs for this reason. And that goes into the next aspect, which is why are you losing quotes? Do you have any idea? Definitely create some sort of reasons here where you're be able to track that, because that is very valuable to be able to go back and understand why, to be able to convert more. Is it your price is too high? Well, maybe that's fine to lose. Is it the quantity is too low? Is it they didn't respond? What are these reasons? We need to be able to know so we can be able to help better act and get that conversion rate higher. And the fifth tip here is getting positive reviews. Social proof has such a big effect on our businesses because people are able to judge our business really quickly online without even talking to us. So when they Google your company, what do they see? Do they see a 3.5 Yelp page? Do they see an amazing 5-star Yelp page and videos pop up and other review sites of them and pictures of them and it's really fleshed out? What is that experience of a new customer being able to do a little bit of research? And remember, people are judging and summing up your shop within seconds. Just like you research a restaurant maybe that you want to be able to go out to and you're browsing really quickly online or through Yelp. If you don't have a recommendation from somebody that you trust, you're just doing quick research. That is how potential customers are also judging you. So create the best possible experience when somebody Googles you and what they're able to see and pull up so that they can start to create trust with you and then feel comfortable reaching out. Now you can do this with a tool called signpost.com. That's SIGN post.com. They will help you be able to generate positive reviews. We see a lot of people on Zapier create zaps that automatically ask for reviews on certain websites. We see a lot of people do this in Printavo with this status change automation to be able to ask for reviews once the job is completed as well. So this is a big, big win for you guys. And I talk a little bit about video, but I absolutely believe video is so important, and you can use video in sales really well too. Create a customized video really quickly on a tool called Loom, Loom.com, or BombBomb.com that is very custom directly to your customer, saying something like this: hey Dylan, I just wanted to follow up and make sure you guys get your goods on time this year. Let me know if you're ready to go, or if you have any other questions. What's really cool about tools like Loom or BombBomb as well is that you can have an animated GIF that shows up in the email. So it's really, really neat, and you can say their name on it. It's so customizable, and it makes that person feel like you're spending all this extra attention to them. It's very, very powerful. And not only for the video on the sales aspect there, but the social proof aspect too, right? That company about us page. Well, when somebody Googles you, well, your video is gonna also come up because Google prioritizes that as well, and again creates that extended trust. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment below too if you have any other tricks or tips that you found to be able to help soup up sales.